Hello guys, DJ Aaron here. I guess this is kind of like a promo or promotional kind of video. I know you guys see the DJ Aaron Radio logo, but this is kind of a promotional video. It has been 8 years of All Star Show entertainment for myself and Stereo Dust Particles. Given that I did kind of step away from it last year because of all the stuff that was going on between me and Stereo Dust Particles. When it comes to the 8-year anniversary, I think of it as kind of like a milestone because it took quite a long time to get here. Even though we all have our differences and we all wish that we could keep things like going for a long time, life is technically too short to keep a non-talkative base going. And I have really realized that we all need to come to an agreement here that this is the year to put all the boxing gloves and stuff aside and do something really interesting for the fans and for the viewers that really deserve it. And that being the anniversary of the All-Star Show. I was throwing around this idea last year, and I was like, I was getting a little bit worried because if this thing never happened, and it's always what worries me because yes, it is a year that we all should not miss. And yes, it is a year that we could kind of better ourselves in a way, like getting along and whatnot. And this is a way to rekindle some things that, that the All-Star Show provided. Like, we gained new members out of that. We gained, a big following out of that. Those things that you gain over time, pretty much is missed with that entire thing. And just because a member leaves and goes and leaves the group, doesn't mean that, that the fun shouldn't stop. And it shouldn't stop. And I think everyone needs to come to an agreement that, we need to do this sort of thing for the fans. We need to do this sort of thing for the viewers. Because without this All-Star Show, it was what made SDP what it technically is. And it is a part of history that they will not forget and they cannot forget because this is a part of history that will bring everything closer together. This is a part of history that will pretty much define closure, not only for myself but for Stereo Dust Particles in a way, because if we can do this, who knows what will happen in the future. Like I said, life is too short to have a feud. Life is too short to, keep things, life is too short to think things are okay when they're actually not. So what I'm doing now is I'm setting up the pre-planning phases of this All-Star Show, and I'm actually very serious, and I'm actually working on this as time goes on. I'm also working on this because everyone deserves it, and it gives me the ability to do this one more time around, as you know, things should have been done prior to me leaving. And I left on such a bad note, and I know that. And, this is my way of saying that we all came back together. We are doing this. We are focusing on this. What can we do to actually make this show move forward and just have fun with it? So the pre-planning phases are actually going to happen about later this month, and I actually want to actually start communicating with some of the members and actually getting the schedules down and pre-plan this, because I really like to not skip this, because it is a part of history between myself and Stereo Dust Particles, and it will become a closure point for everybody. And also the new members get to have fun too. I mean, there is so much that the newer members didn't get to be in on, because either some of them were too young to even cast with us, or some of them couldn't cast because they were too young. So this would give them an opportunity to be in the show that they should have been in, prior to that. So this would give them an opportunity as well. Also, new faces would actually be in this as well. It's kind of a celebration of 8 years of stuff that, needs to get closure on. And it's one thing for me, but it's another thing for Stereo Dust Particles, because at least they don't have to worry about what's going to happen next. They don't have to worry about, is Aaron going to be back to his old tricks again? Well, no, I'm not gonna do that, because life is too short to hold grudges, and it's too short to even be involved in drama. And I've pretty much realized it, because right now I got a lot of things going on myself. Being my show and the BG Radio Network, I got no time to be involved in drama. So I'm pretty much keeping, to that level of, keeping myself busy so I don't really think about it. And also doing this anniversary edition of the All-Star Show, also, you won't even have to think about that, because at the end of the day, we're all having fun, and we're not getting caught up into past drama or anything like that. We're all having fun, and at least we'll be all on talking terms anyways. And from what I can say is, without myself being a part of Stereo Dust Particles when I was, you wouldn't have all this entertainment you have today, because a lot of the entertainment today spawned out of technically the All-Star Show. And it is something I want to give back to people, and it is something that SDP should give to everyone as well. And from what I mean by taking the boxing gloves off is it also gives me a chance as a learning point as well, because while I've been, you know, not doing this for a year, I've been focusing on what really matters. And, you know, while they've been doing their all stereo marathon stuff, which is pretty cool, if you ask me, I've been gearing up to get this sort of all-star type of show ready so we can have something to present to you guys when the time came. So I've been secretly planning this for about a year. Despite the conflicts and issues and blocking of SDP members that we've all had, I've been secretly planning this because, for one, I still care, and two, it also gives SDP a learning curve as well, so they can get an idea on how to do their all-stereo marathons a little bit better. Even though they have been at it for about a year, there's still a lot to learn. And I think this is also a learning point for them because, for one, even though they lost the creative type of person that I am, they have to kind of rebalance that and kind of create it from number one. So with this all-star show, it would be a learning point for them. And that's what it's all about. It's helping them out as well as having fun, because they need a little bit of help with basically quite a bit. And I'm not going to let past issues or past drama get in the middle of that, because, you know, we all have a history. We all have to kind of deal with that history along the line. It is just something that, you know, it goes without saying. You know, I'm a good person at heart, and I feel that what we can give back to the viewers and the fans is something that they'll take with them as the original members, as the original people that started it all. It will pretty much blow their minds because, you know, for one, they get to be a part of something that is, for one, a milestone in Stereo Dust Particles history, and two, a milestone in my show's history as a caster as well. So you kind of get the 2-for-1 kind of deal, in a way. But we'll see what happens. You know, if this planning does go well and everyone is all for it and be like, hey, yeah, one last hurrah. And, you know, I would like to, you know, be in that driver's seat again one last time. I would like to be in that driver's seat as an SDP member one last time. Signing off the way I should have done when I was supposed to do that. And, you know, hopefully, you know, if people enjoy it and like it and they want more, heck, we might do another one. You never know. But right now, we got to focus on the planning phase. We got to focus on kind of rekindling that, you know, communication. It is something that we all got to work on. We all got to focus on. And I think that this All-Star show is kind of like closure for that, and it's kind of, a way for everyone to move forward, not only as stereo dust particles, and I can move forward in doing what I want to do, and plus I get that closure. So it is going to be one of those things where, everyone wins in this situation. Nobody loses. And we all can have fun from it. And, we can all learn that drama ruins friendships, and, it takes time to get that back. But it ain't going to happen that way overnight, though. And people have got to realize, I left for my reasons and my reasons only. And, it was kind of done at a bad time. But, hopefully this time it will give not only myself, but everyone in Stereo Dust Particles closure, that we're all broadcasting together, we're all having fun, and the streaming site that it's going to be on is going to be mentioned in next month's video, so stay tuned for that. And we'll see how far the planning phase goes with this, and if we get close to the final part of the planning phases, and everyone is ready to rock and roll, heck, we'll go with that. I'm all for it. The adrenaline is pumping just thinking about it. It takes a bit of time to plan something like this, and pre-planning this and picturing it in my head of what it is going to be like, it's going to be something that they will have to agree with. If they're happy with it, I'm happy with it. There's not going to be any strict rules. There's not going to be any strict scheduling. We're going to do it off the cuff like we, kind of sort of did in the beginning, but we're going to add more people into it as we go along with the schedule. And it's probably going to be a big schedule. It's not going to be a small schedule like it was in the beginning. And like I said, people will have to get used to that I'm not in SDP anymore, but I do have a heart, and I do like to have fun, and I don't mind getting invited to be in all stereo marathons and stuff like that. I don't mind it. I think it would be a nice addition if I help people out once in a while, and we get stuff done. And I think this will become a learning, I think this will become a learning point in, everyone's career, not only as a live streamer and just in general as, human beings. So, yeah, look for more updates coming soon about this, and I will update you guys as time goes on about this All-Star show thing. But for now, all I can say is I'm in the pre-planning phases. It's going to take a little bit of time to get everything sorted out and organized, but with a little bit of patience and a little bit of, elbow grease, it will get done. So, anyways, guys, that will be it for this video. Peace out, practice and enjoy, and more coming soon of the 8-year anniversary All-Star show that is probably in the works. So I will update you guys more when time goes on with that, and I have more news to give you. So, anyways, see you in the next one.